too strong. Biggest difference, it feels like Alabama's offensive rebounds are turning into points, second chance points. It does. BYU's not, as Stevenson knifes his way in.
The game is over. Get some of these guys who practice, do a lot of work, scout teams, etc., to get them into a game in the NCAA tournament.
Stevenson to the rack. Beautiful find. The vision gets it underneath to Folgueras.
Got lost in there a little bit with the traffic. Whoa, he just slipped by himself. He's back up.
Sears pick and roll action. Stevenson.
Guards. There's great depth at the guard position. Aberdeen comes off the bench. Urban Klapjar can come in and shoot it.
Holloway, an Auburn Tiger a year ago. And the open three will go down. Guarded at Belmont. Martin started in Florida Atlantic, and it may be the best trio in the country.
You think you got Walter Clayton Jr. bottled up. He makes a dribble move, uses a screen. What a play by Stevenson. He is on well, almost 2 per game. That's top 10 in the Southeastern Conference. His steals come off the ball, while Elijah Martin's usually come on the ball. 2 really good steals guys.
Condon switches on to Sears. Stevenson in the corner knocks down the...
Within the first 10 seconds, that's how they want to play. And a lot of those were paint points. You saw those attempted dunks on alley-oops to Amori. Oh, what a play. Stevenson have not splintered them apart. It's brought them much closer together. Sears goes inside to come outside. Sherrill on the roll, and instead it's Stevenson. And again, a really good three-point shot. Always look at the rest of the teammates and say it's go time. Well, Tamales report, Kentucky's goal is to shoot 33-point shots a game. Alabama has limited them to 11. Strong point.
Coaching right now as if this is a close game, telling the players we're not looking to give them any life. We're looking to win a championship, so do not let up, stay disciplined, and keep working on getting better. And that's the mentality you have to win a championship.
That's about keeping that edge, man, for 40 minutes, regardless of what the score is. Think about this, Ravi. If Alabama wins, it'll be the first time in program history that Alabama has won 3.
That an issue for Tennessee, just focusing on depth relative to the other teams? Does Auburn have the depth that Alabama and Florida have?
Yeah, well, Tennessee's not quite as deep, but Tennessee-Auburn game tomorrow. You go back to how Tennessee played that Auburn. I think it's a 53 to 51 game. I mean, both teams just guarded their tail. Is that where they are? I think they were the last team in, according to Joe. They're going to be in the tournament. I mean, the talk about North Carolina has to not be completely...
One schools, and yet look where he is today.
They go back to Broom. Dickie V, he missed that one. Sherrill grabs the rebound.
You could kind of describe the entire Auburn team like that, with the exception of Pettiford. A lot of under-recruited guys transfer up from Division II and mid-majors.
You could describe the entire program that way. Dick, you've been here a long time. It was not like this a few years ago as the...
We did a great defensive job to hold Alabama to 85 points.
And Florida's defense has been very good in this game. They got to go quickly. Wide open 3 is good for Stevenson.
Stone, Dubar with Stevenson, who lost him in an easy layup. They call the foul on Okpara.
And this building is 700 over capacity, 22,392. You can't hear yourself thinking here right now.
Sears, that's a good kick. And the 3 finds the...
They did that all offseason. It really set the standard for what hard work looks like for this team, and it's paying off, especially nights like tonight.
Yeah, we can relate to that and appreciate it. And you run into that thing where all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to be there at 4 a.m. and then I'm going to be there at 3, and then we're not going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Good truce.
2 kids, Youngblood, a Tuscaloosa native, as Stevenson sticks another.
Kugel shoots and retreats after one goes off the iron.
It is a great sign when 3 guys from the same team are battling for that rebound like Alabama just did.
Stevenson, why not? He's red hot all of a sudden.
So Andy, the president of the Crimson Chaos, he's a shooter from long range. He's a good luck charm, and now he's an analyst. He's coming for your job, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, and he's also a process improvement engineer major, so maybe he could just help us with that a little bit.
With our process.
Yeah, we need process improvement.
There's a difficult pass. He somehow gets it back. They got to shoot it. Perry, no good. Chance for Alabama to grab its second lead of the night.
Felt like Kentucky was a little rattled on that last offensive series.
Nice job there. They've twice now gone inside. First lead since
left hand, it doesn't matter. If you don't double it, he's a bucket getter.
29 for Mitchell. Stevenson cashes.
Bench got 6 points, couple of assists. Kelly wide open. And a break there for the Tide. A good look for Miles Kelly, who's a good shooter.
Miscommunication on defense as to who was guarding Kelly and Cardwell. Fortunate.
Nelson with a shot fake. Stevenson a corner three. And Auburn has 7 made threes. Alabama just 2. And it's a 12-point game.
Denai Broom able to play off Cliff Amore basically in drop coverage.
Stevenson, a nice reverse. Got it to go. What a great pass from Chaney Johnson.
And a nice flash into the middle of the lane.
Great cut. Stevenson lays it in. Sears
the SEC has a game. Caden Shedrick's hard to the hole. Flips it up. No good. Strong defense and a loose ball. On the floor, it's a scrum, and it's Alabama who comes away with it. Alabama's starting 5. It's pretty. Youngblood's been outstanding. Jarin, Stevenson, Grant Nelson, and Amore has really helped out Nelson with his size inside. Nelson did everything for him last year. Stevenson goes into the paint. That's where they scored.
So there's a split vote going into that Alabama-Auburn game on Saturday.
2 subs in for Alabama. Baron Philon, who wears 0 and played a year at Link with Trey Johnson. So there's a familiarity there. And that guy, Mohamed Diabate, he kicks. Stevenson's 3, finds the bottom. A good 5.
Comes that flex cut again.
Sears, he kicks. Diabate will not take the 3. They got 5 on the shot clock. Stevenson banged twice, throws it up.
Wow.
Oh, is he having a game, Jarin?
By Terry Oglesby and Byron Jarrett on that monitor.
Hey, Jimmy, Nate Oates arrived in 2019. Alabama's 71 SEC wins, or most since that time. They come in to make a case for themselves to get more playing time.
No doubt.
Off the make, they push. Stevenson fills in behind Sears, and he knocks down another. Half from three-point land. That's 61%, which you would think would really be a much bigger number than they shot in the first half. Not true. They shot 60% in the first half, and now just an offense.
He is a lottery pick, is Trey Johnson. To your point about the body control, the normal person would have fell down because he got tripped, but he kept control of his body in transition.
Yeah, there's Stevenson on the other end. It's a
half because a cold front has moved through northwest Arkansas. It is 3 degrees in his hometown today. Yeah, up in Devil's Lake, North Dakota. He told me before the game, he said, it gets that cold, you better have a shovel. You clean off the concrete pad and you go to work and get your shots up. Deep touch, and it rolls home at a flex.
What a move by Asa Neal. Couple of tough back-to-back buckets for the freshman. Wide open 3, Stevenson.
His feet, Clifford Amore rotating over with the rejection. This is a good challenge to watch here. One of the top defensive players in the league, Silas Demery, taking on Mark Sears.
Three ball is good from Stevenson.
It's really too easy. If you're Bailey, you've got to show a little more resistance than that.
Collins misfires. Boy, LSU now 1 of 9 from behind the arc. Sears flying down the court. Corner 3 on the way. Stevenson rips it.
Jay Hogard is their very reliable point guard, number 11. And so Edwards gets us started here with a savvy step back.
Jason Edwards getting off to a hot start already. You see his ability to finish there in the mid-range.
A little more efficient shooting the last few days. He had 18 in that Tennessee win. Meanwhile, on the other side,
Wants right here.
Spins on Amori, fades, left it short. Edwards hit 2 of his first 3 shots, but he's missed the last 3 now. Stevenson for 3. Alabama in transition and the flush.
The great ability to pivot and find a way to the basket.
Redshirt junior from Atlanta was such a prolific scorer last season. Nearly led the AAC in scoring when he was at North Texas. Hits the portal, has been a brilliant acquisition for Mark Byington and this program. He has led Vanderbilt in scoring. Can he get hot? And can Vandy get some stops on this end? That's what's more important. Stevenson right over Nickel. That's good.
10 offensive rebounds. They've only scored 7 points. But they have to continue to go to the offensive glass. And Lamont Butler has done an outstanding job on Mark Sears.
And one thing to keep an eye on, Andrew Carr of Kentucky has 3 fouls as the second half gets underway. And he has often been on Grant Nelson today. We'll see if Nelson tries to exploit that matchup. As Alabama tries to get Carr to pick up number 4. And good work down low by Jarin.
But that was such a hard-fought game. When you come up short against Kentucky with a quick turnaround, I'm sure that has a little bit of effect. Even though I'm sure Chris Jans isn't buying it.
Nelson with a beautiful pass over the top of the cutting. Jarin wants Dia. Nelson scraped all over him. Padilla has a strip by Sears. Alabama takeaway. Youngblood. What a pass! Stevenson! Road.
They did it at Arkansas, and they will grind this thing out, go late in the clock. You must try to find a way to get stops and scores and get your home crowd into it. Right now, there has not been the home crowd advantage Alabama would like to have, given the inefficiency on offense.
Here's Holloway. Driving on Morrell. Hammered into the corner. Big time corner 3.
Bassick with a nice spin and denied in the paint. And now a scrum for it, and Alabama will come away.
But Obi, that's the size we were talking about. You got 3 guys 6'10" and up on the floor. 2 of them, I believe, got a credit for a block shot on the last possession.
A good swing up high. Stevenson drains it. Jarin.
You came out really aggressive. Every time they come out of the timeout, they're aggressive. But that right there is the coach coaching you and can't play for you. I can't call a timeout. I only have a certain amount of them that I can call and reset. As you see,
he's been playing with a lot of confidence this season in his second year with the Sooners.
Nelson with that funky looking release off the mark. And Stevenson with the putback for Alabama.
They'll work on some things. They'll try to be competitive when they move forward in the next game. And they'll be another team that you won't want to play.
Alabama getting out of the trap. 3 ball by Stevenson.
The theme for Nate Oates when we talked to him today was aggression. He wanted a lot of his bigs to be a little more active, a little more aggressive. Did you see that out of them tonight?
Well, I think he's been pleased with the way that his team has played. I mean, this is a team that obviously he's had some injuries early on in the season. He's had to make some adjustments. Now, he has a deep roster, but you want to be able to see the contributions come all the way across the board and see what your team can be.
Especially from this guy, Jarin.
But offensively, they can fill it up with the best of them from outside.
I'm impressed with the freshman Jeremiah Fears, how he composed himself at the half. Clearly, he was frustrated in that first half at one point, but he's got 15 points now in the second half.
Well, he's done a really good job.
Stevenson rocking the rim.
Just next to him earlier, along with Miss Terry. But Reitzel, one of the key leaders on this team, even if he's unable to suit up the rest of the year with that injury. Jarin Stevenson.
Well, that locker room firing here in the seconds.
And Reed just, he was in the right place, but his hands were down because Eagle staff followed that, Alex, and was still able to get it off with Reed right there. He just didn't put his hands up.
The top scorer in the Summit League this season, one of the top shooters in that conference. On point is Jarin.
Because the guy Stevenson's behind you, but has that wingspan. He can block your shot from behind.
Nelson handoff to Sears, who's got Powell on him. And now it's Trimble on Sears. Shot clock under 10. I don't know that I said that very much here in this game. And Stevenson next.
Sears should be part of the game plan for North Carolina to get him off the court.
Asked Nate Oates, okay, so Reitzel's out. What does that do? He said somebody's going to have to step up and make shots. And plus, Reitzel was one of the guys that was taking care of the ball. Phylon into the paint, kick out, wide open. Stevenson.
Brandon Miller, J.D. Davidson, the only three higher than Reed. Inside Bill misses, and Nelson clears it away. Oregon, the biggest lead 10. Now they're up 8. Alabama, 3-ball from Stevenson. Tell you what, he just stuck with it. There's Era tournament in Vegas. Baseline jumper missed by Tracy. Bama a chance to whittle it down even more. Sears on the attack. Kick baseline. Stevenson, he's got another one. Media guy. Angel is having a tough night. He will sit with the 4 fouls. Now a 3, Stevenson. Guy can't miss. He's making up for loss. He's it in.
And we saw a lot of that last night. Harper getting to that left, downhill. So efficient.
Sears gives it up, does get to the paint, and now a reset. Sears, all kind of dribbling here in traffic. In the corner, Stevenson, there's your call, Allie. Stevenson with an answer. Bailey goes to the bench, a quick breather for him.
And Rutgers getting back into the game with Harper not scoring, others stepping up, and of course playing great defense as well.
Got a media timeout coming as well. Pico utilizing that with Bailey. Alabama, Nelson with the kick into the corner. It goes, and a 3-pointer.
In all of college ball. I mean, their pieces fit. I think that's the most important thing that Mark Pope was able to pull off in that first recruiting class.
Jackson Robinson went for 20 and 7 in the comfortable win against Lipscomb last night at Rutgers. Stevenson inside. I like that by Steve. Boswell now with 5. Pull up 3. Phylon with the rebound. He's off to a great start with Colin Sexton. Those points and assists for a freshman and give him
his team. He's hit the 3. He had the slam right out of the gate, and he's 4 of 4 from the line. So on a relaxing Monday night in Tuscaloosa here inside Coleman Coliseum, Alabama has the 2-point lead past the midway mark in the first. Good cut, nice find, and Jarin Stevenson's has to sit for a long time. That's a tough break for McNeese. Stevenson underneath, too much size, too much height.
On a 7-point Alabama lead. Stevenson the rebound. And one, Jarin Stevenson.
And right away to the basket, Jordan Marsh has that one rejected. As you look at the Alabama starting 5, Phylon, Sears, Omori, Stevenson, and the freshman Darion Reed and Alabama for a Final Four berth.
Yes, absolutely. Gonzaga and Mark Few and what he's been able to do with that program. So consistent, always at the top, has another star-studded roster ready to compete.
How about the flush from Jarin? Durrell with the rebound. Stevenson.
Well, this is the point in the game with 12 minutes to go. And Alabama finds himself with a comfortable lead that you don't want to play into the score. You want to make sure that you're playing in a situation where you continue to play to the level of your standard.